Hey guys, Lord Naren White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God. Back with you with the next video in my Daily Diary series. As usual, before I discuss what I've achieved since yesterday's Daily Diary video, I want to read you a chapter from the Bible. Today it will be the first book of Moses called Genesis, chapter 45. Then Joseph could not refrain himself before all them that stood by him, and he cried, Cause every man to go out from me. And there stood no man with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brethren. And he wept aloud, and the Egyptians in the house of Pharaoh heard. And Joseph said unto brethren, I am Joseph, doth my father yet live? And his brethren could not answer him, for they were troubled at his presence. And Joseph said unto his brethren, Come near me to me, I pray you. And they came near, and he said, I am Joseph your brother, whom ye sold into Egypt. Now therefore be not grieved, nor angry with yourselves, that ye sold me hither. For God did send me before you to preserve life. For these 2 years hath the famine been in the land, and yet there are 5 years, in which there shall neither be earing nor harvest. And God sent me before you to preserve you a posterity in the earth, and to save your lives by a great deliverance. So now it was not you that hath sent me hither, but God. And he hath made me a father to Pharaoh, and lord of all his house, and a ruler throughout all the land of Egypt. Haste ye, and go up to my father, and say unto him, Thus saith thy son Joseph, God hath made me lord of all Egypt. Come down unto me, tarry not. And thou shalt dwell in the land of Goshen, and thou shalt be near unto me, thou and thy children, and thy children's children, and thy flocks, and thy herds, and all that thou hast. And there will I nourish thee, for yet there are 5 years of famine, lest thou and thy household and all that thou hast come to poverty. And behold, your eyes see, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin, that it is my mouth that speaketh unto you. And ye shall tell my father of all my glory in Egypt, and of all that ye have seen, and ye shall haste and bring it down my father hither. And he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck, and wept, and Benjamin wept upon his neck. Moreover, he kissed all his brethren, and wept upon them, and after that his brethren talked with him. And the fame thereof was heard in Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brethren are come, and it pleased Pharaoh well. And his servants, and Pharaoh said unto Joseph, Say unto thy brethren, This do ye, lade your beasts, and go, and get you unto the land of Canaan. I will take your father and your households, and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and ye shall eat the fat of the land. Now thou art commanded, this do ye, take your wagons out of the land of Egypt, for your little ones and for your wives, and bring your father and come. Also regard not your stuff, for the good of all the land of Egypt is yours. And the children of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them wagons, according to the commandment of Pharaoh, and gave them provision for the way. To all of them he gave each man changes of raiment, but to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver, and 5 changes of raiment. And to his father he sent after this manner 10 asses laden with the good things of Egypt, and 10 she-asses laden with corn and bread and meat for his father by the way. So he sent his brethren away, and they departed. And he said unto them, See that ye fall not out by the way. And they went up out of Egypt, and came into the land of Canaan unto Jacob their father, and told him, saying, Joseph is yet alive, and he is governor over all the land of Egypt. And Jacob's heart fainted, for he believed them not. And they told him all the words of Joseph, which he had said unto them. And when he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of Jacob their father revived. And Israel said, It is enough. Joseph, my son is yet alive. I will go and see him before I die. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. This is a very powerful chapter here. So first and foremost, we, of course, realize that Joseph tells his brothers who he really is. And look at what the exact passage says. It says, And Joseph said unto his brethren, I am Joseph, doth my father yet live? And his brethren could not answer him, for they were troubled at his presence, meaning they were not happy to see him after what they had done to him. And God sent me before you to preserve you a posterity in the earth, and to save your lives by a great deliverance. So Joseph is not bitter about what's happened, but rather he actually asks them about his father Jacob, and he sends them, all of them, gifts. And he sends the best gifts to Benjamin and Jacob. And so first and foremost, He says, read what it says here. To all of them he gave each man changes of raiment, but to Benjamin, so all of them, he gives them clothes, changes to go back. And he also provides them, of course, as is mentioned. We'll continue on here. It's just so beautiful. Because here, and Pharaoh said unto Joseph, Say unto thy brethren, this do ye, lade your beasts, go and get you unto the land of Canaan, and take your father and your households, and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and ye shall eat the fat of the land. This is Pharaoh speaking this to Joseph, to give to this blessing from Pharaoh to his brethren. And now thou art commanded, this do ye, take you wagons out of the land of Egypt for your little ones and for your wives, and bring your father, and come. So Pharaoh says, come to Egypt. Also regard not your stuff, for the good of all the land of Egypt is yours. So again, extending a generosity to Joseph's family, because so pleased Pharaoh did Joseph, that he extends this courtesy to all his family. And you know what I take this to? Think of immigration. Think of how if the first generation of an immigrant comes and proves themselves, say in the field of software development, then it would be acceptable for them, hopefully, whatever it is for them as they gain citizenship, if they work diligently and are allowed from being an alien in the country to becoming a citizen, then they can bring their family over. And this is exactly what's happened here. This is immigration in a modern terms. Joseph proves himself to Pharaoh. So Pharaoh says, I will reward, he will give this blessing to Joseph, bring your family over here so that they don't suffer the famine. And so they don't starve, yeah. And then, of course, and the children of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them wagons according to the commandment of Pharaoh, and gave them provision for the way. To all of them he gave each man changes of raiment, but to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5 changes of raiment. And to his father he sent after this manner 10 asses laden with the good things of Egypt, and 10 she-asses laden with corn and bread and meat for his father by the way. So he gives so much to his father and to Benjamin. And it shows just how much he really cares about them and loves them, even though everything they went through. Because he wants to know, is Jacob still alive? Because Jacob thinks that Joseph is gone, right? Before he's forced to, they don't know it's Joseph. So he thinks Joseph is not alive anymore. Because remember, they cut the blood, I think, of the goat and then spill that goat meat, and they say Joseph is dead, and Jacob mourns, and Benjamin is now his favorite son, and he can't part to lose him. So all the brothers come back, and this is what happens. And it's absolutely amazing, because at the end, Jacob says, and Israel said, it is enough. Joseph, my son, is yet alive. I will go and see him before I die. And so think about everything that they've been through as a family. It looks like it's having a happy ending here at the end. And this is really powerful, because it's good for them that they were able to put aside their differences for the greater good. And one can't underestimate the kindness that Pharaoh shows Joseph and his house. He knows there's a famine in the lands of the Middle East at this point in time. And Pharaoh says, you can come to Egypt, where there's still food enough for them, even though there will still be famine for another 5 years. And that kind of kindness you remember here, it's because it's gonna take care of Joseph and the Israelites. So it's amazing. So that I'll go ahead and end the Bible reading there for today. And now I'll go ahead now and transition over to what I have achieved since yesterday's Daily Diary video. Since yesterday's Daily Diary video, I worked my software developer job. I worked at my core, and now I've created this Daily Diary video. In terms of how I'm feeling good. I'm feeling all right. No complaints. I am moving in a few days, so that's on my mind, but actually it shouldn't be too much because someone is helping me. So probably actually the most difficult part is cleaning the apartment after, which honestly no complaints, because that's got to get done at some point. And all the cable management that comes from all this tech and stuff that I have, which I need for my job. So yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. With that, I want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. Light be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.